going on, folks? Tonight I wanted to focus on different types of packs. A couple of packs that I really like. There we go. Sorry. They're all attached by a clip that I hadn't resurfaced. So, what I get, okay, are these packs. Now, I bought these packs from a company called, oh, where did I get them from? What's up, Brian? I got these from Parks Unlimited, no, Parks National Parks Depot is where I got these. Okay, these are Chinese brand 3-day assault packs. Okay, this is mirrored. This is mirrored off of a Mystery Ranch bag, and it's small. It's smallish. I have a couple of these. So I have that one, and they're inexpensive. When National Parks Depot has these on sale, they're pretty inexpensive, and they're a very, very handy bag. The other one that I have is this Maxpedition bag. Okay, if you go around through all kinds of stuff, you'll hear Maxpedition all the time, and that's what this is made out of. This is Chinese made. Okay, it's a lot of people love Maxpedition. These are made in Taiwan by a company that is based out of China. Okay, the construction's good. Okay, you can get better for the price. Now, what I mean by that, you can get a bag like this out of, say, London Bridge Trading Company, LBT, London Bridge Trading Company. You can get a much better bag in the cost. Thanks. You like that? Not so bad. But I wanted to get into these tonight. These 3-day assault bags. Now, I had a chance to use these. I typically take these when I'm doing like a day hike or something like that. And they're very, very handy. They're very light on the back. And, oops, come on. I'll get into these accessories in just a minute from Night Eyes, which is very good. I used this the other day. Okay, I actually used this one, and I'll get into that in a second. But what I did with this pack was the zipper pulls that are on there, I cut the zipper pulls off. Now you'll notice the bag doesn't make any noise. One thing I really, really, truly hate is the zipper pulls that clank on your pack. So you hear this clink, clank, clink, and there's a ton of zippers on here, and we'll get into this in a second. Now, the straps themselves. Let me get this a little. Let's see, what have I got in here? Hey Kathy, when can you meet me? Okay. Alright, so the straps themselves have what this is typically called, if this were not the Chinese version of it, it's called air mesh. Okay? This is not air mesh. Okay? This is whatever the off-brand Chinese thing is, and the back has it on there as well. And what this does is when this compresses and relaxes, it will allow air to flow through these and the kind of thing. So it does keep your back kind of dry, which is very well. Air mesh works better because the cushioning on it is a lot more firmer. But a couple of the neat things that this has, okay, it has a pocket for a bladder. Okay, trash. Okay, so you can stick a 100-ounce bladder in there. Okay, and then what they also give you the ability for right here, I don't know if you can see or not, okay, that's where you can stick your tube into. Okay. The straps themselves are just simply done with D-rings. They're not clipped on. Okay. You have a tri-glide here, okay, which goes through D-ring here, okay, to a clip. No big deal. Hello, Miss Courtney. How are you? You are a rock star, girl. You are definitely a rock star. Thanks for sharing your journey of getting a little healthy. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. So, top carry handle. This is good. Can it be used as a drag handle? No. But it is stitched out pretty well. Okay. But it's a good handle, and I've had this thing packed out like crazy. It gives you spaces on the side here to put things. And what I've put on the sides here is I have put, oh, what did I put on here? I put anything that will fit in there. Compression straps on the side so you can suck it down. The thing that really got me onto this bag, okay, is the ability to suck the pack down. And what this has, okay, is it has this yoke. This yoke is fully adjustable, okay. That's what I really like about this, is you can adjust this yoke up or down a little bit as you want. And then you can tighten that down, okay, so you can really cinch this pack down. What is Brian? Brian's trying to say he wants to date. He wants to set a date and a time to meet. Oh, yeah. We'll have to absolutely do that. Absolutely have to do that. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. I got vehicle issues now that trying to drive on the highway is tough. But we'll figure it out. Don't you worry about that. Okay, so on the outside of here, okay, is MALLE. Okay, this is something that our U.S. military or militaries around the world have adopted, is that you can attach pockets to here. Yeah, I think my daughter used this. So this is, how far are you from the Inner Harbor? I am from Baltimore's Inner Harbor. I'm probably about 40 minutes, but my wife drives down there almost every day. That's where she works. Compression straps on the side. We went over that. This pocket here on the front here. Here, we can pull these off. Identifiers. Okay. Now, the one thing that bugs me crazy is they stuck MALLE over the Velcro. Goofy Chinese. Okay. And then we have a small pouch in here. Not sure what's in there. Oh, Burt's Bees. Anybody want some Burt's Bees? My kid used this. My kid used this one last time. This is her pack, actually. All right. So, bladder in the back. Small, easy access. Glasses. That's what I use them for. And real handy stuff. One thing I like about this is that you can butterfly the pack open. Okay. And there's the water bottle that we've been looking for. Alright, so you can literally fillet this open. Okay. They give you a mesh divided pocket in the front, okay, easily for cords, and in the back they give you stuff. So what I typically use these for, I had to unplug mine. So I always carry a spare battery. So that spare battery goes in there, and I always carry a utility knife. This just happens to be a this is a Kershaw Hinderer design. I forgot what it was called, but it's off of a Hinderer design. So I jam that in there, okay, and I keep those for easy access, knife and battery. I typically will keep my phone in here because, if I remember correctly, now I'm really getting myself in trouble. Stay. Okay. Phone goes in here, okay, and then the cords go down in here, or pencils, whatever I want to have. So that's filleted open. I'm going to take this off because this is my kids pack, kids version. Okay, it does have a little bit of rubbery pseudo moisture. What would you call that? Barrier? Okay, we'll call it barrier. But it's going to get wet, and that's why I use those dry boxes that I got from Walmart with this, and that's part of this system as well. I use the small ones. So let me stage these zippers. Many years riding the ambulance, I always stage my zippers at the tops of the pulls, okay? So I can grab both and just yank, okay? So now we will get into the big compartment. Again, I got these at National Parks Depot. Oh, where it is, okay. So what we have is this pack, okay? So this is the back. This open, her shoes were in here, okay? Very nice design. I use this typically for a rain jacket, and then whatever I want to pack in here, okay? Let's see if we can kind of keep that lit. Can you guys see that okay? You guys see that all right? So this comes with a zippered. Anybody want socks? Okay, so so you guys can see this okay. All right, good. Good, 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 good. So, closed pouch that's on there. Mesh pouch on the front. And literally, it's just a big cavernous area. And this is where I'll carry snacks, those dry boxes, whatever I'm taking on that day hike or that day trip or that field trip. We just happened to leave the field trip last time, and we used that. So that's the inner compartments of everything. So let me see if I can push this back just a little. Okay, so that's the inner. That's this bag. So it's at National Parks Depot, and they literally on their Facebook page will have these on sale. You don't have to buy it in tan. You can buy it in, I think it comes in several colors. So I'm going to put her identifier patches back on, because if I don't, I will never hear the end of it. Okay. So I bought 2 of these, and I love them. Now, I like them because on the back, they're nice and thin on the back. It's not this humongous backpack, and you can really suck it down. Now, for mine, what I do different on mine is I tore this completely and utterly down. So I took everything out of it. What did I do? I forgot why I tore it all down. But there's a couple of things that I put on there. One, on the side, okay, I have a quick access Swiss Army knife that will do everything that I need it to do. Now, because I changed systems, I normally have this ready to go for kind of a day-to-day operation. I put one of these on there because two things. One, this identifies my pack, okay, besides my name tape. It holds a lot of 550 cord, okay. There's probably about 10 or 15 feet of 550 cord that's on there. Okay, isn't that neat? My daughter and I actually make these. They're very simple to make. Okay, this is a Cobra stitch. Okay, this is 550 cord. It's very simple to make. So on that side, it's yellow and blue, and then on this side, it's blue and yellow. We make a ton of these. They're very simple to make. And it comes, if you can see right there, the center of it is coyote tan. This blue, if you shine light at it, it will reflect, which is cool. So my pack is denoted. Okay, this little thing is just a little streamer that I had when I went on to ASP to remind me of that. So on this other side here, okay, I have my flashlight lanyard. Where is it? Okay, for this Claris. And I think I did a video on this XT11. This is 800 lumens, okay? This is very bright. So it's 800 lumens, okay, when it starts out. And then I can bring it down to 400 and then day-night, okay? Or if I press and hold it, it will do, okay, strobe, okay? But this is what I used on the medic when I was riding the ambulance. So on this side comes the flashlight, okay? And it holds it very well, okay? I use it reflector up. Doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want to. Now, also with this bracelet, is it gives me a point at which it gives me another handle and another handle. So if somebody needs to drag my fat ass out of the woods or out of a situation, we have 2 points. Okay. Also on here, I have a climbing carabiner. Okay. There's actually 2 that's on here. One fits, once the system goes, it goes here, and one goes here, and I set it up as a yoke. So if I need to get drug out or anything like that, that those people need to, that they can't get to me, they can easily, I need to set this back up. But these are made by a company called Kong Bonatti. It's a Italian company. And I normally have 2 of these, and there's a rigger's pouch that's on there. So, a couple of the other things that I have on here, which are very handy, and I'll get into these too, okay? Where is it? They might be worn off. I think they're worn off, okay? But these are S-beaners, okay? These happen to be the smallest S-beaners out of all of them. They make these in plastic, which these are in. They also come in metal, and they come in a couple different sizes. We talked the other day, whoops, almost forgot about this, okay? This is 50 foot, or no, this is 40 feet of 550 cord, and that's on these 2 Night Eyes, okay? What this does is once the paracord goes through that side, it comes through on this little guy right here. Let's see if I can show that a little better to you. You guys see that okay? You guys see that? Okay, that's a cam device. So what happens is when I pull this, okay, I'm going to pull it into the cam. Oops. Okay, it's cammed in there. Okay, can you guys see that okay? So what happens is this needs no knot. So when I put my rain shelter that's in there, okay, I run this around a tree, okay, and then I tighten this up. I can pull this as tight as I want, and this will give me a nice line in which that I don't have to knot or cut this. And then I can string up a very quick shelter very quickly with this. They make these in plastic. I don't recommend the ones in plastic. This is not for climbing. And this is by Night Eyes. You can get them at Walmart. You can get them, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Gear Runner, how are you, sir? Okay, as you can see, these things are beat. I use them all the time. Get the metal ones. The plastic ones, I don't trust the plastic ones. So that actually goes into my pack. Because this is mil-spec 550 cord, I can run that with these two Beaners. Okay, I always have about 50 to 75 feet of 550 cord on me all the time. I mean, you saw the bracelet. Okay, that's 20 foot of pair of 550 cord right there. And there's so many uses for it. I think there's a book, 101. No, it's duct tape. Duct tape is second fiddle to 550 cord. I love it. So again, I cut the tabs off of here because what comes on this little Chinese bag is horrid. I think I broke it the first go round. So literally the only thing I did to here was literally I took that, okay, and I lashed that onto there. The belt clip that's on, the belt Velcro loop, I ran through the MOLLE, okay, and then at the bottom, okay, I lashed that on with 550 cord. Yep. Even my shoelaces have 550 cord. Everybody goes, "You're weird. You got 550 cord on your shoes? Why don't you just use shoelaces?" I think that was... I'll tell you a cool story. We were going through... we were going down to South Carolina, Georgia border at a place called Lake Raystown. And we had to stop in, and there was a person that we were traveling with. And the hood in the front of their car wouldn't latch, so it was always on that clasp. And of course, you know, they were in too much of a hurry to stop by a Walmart and get some penetrating lube to soak down the thing so that it would close correctly. So what I did was I pulled out my 550 cord, baby, and I actually tied the hood down through the engine and then through there, and then I think we drove that way for about 4 hours, yeah, till we stopped and got to where we were getting to. So 550 cord is awesome. So, so I used at least 2 carabiners. I'm not sure. I took them out to do a quick, like, campers, day hikers pack thing. The other thing I want to get into are these, which are really cool. These are called Figure 9s. I don't know if you guys have seen these at all. Figure 9s, okay. These work on a very simple principle, okay. So you have them too, yeah. And these, I buy the metal ones. You can get them in plastic. I don't like the plastic, but it shows you how to use them. Okay. So you actually bring it through here, and then it locks down. It locks down. This. Close. Okay. Sorry. Battery's low. I'm going to have to switch it. Okay. So that when this is down, oops. Oh, it's too short of a lead. Okay. This is how it's supposed to go. Okay. This end, this working end, once this is set onto here, will not come out. And it's another way these, okay, I first bought these, and then I found these. These I like to use more often, but this will hold more load. So if I'm running heavy cord, if I'm running like 3/8 or even 1/2 inch, I've run actually 1/2 inch through here. It was tight. I mean, it was like right there, but it worked. It worked a lot. And everything is always in pairs, because if you have one side, you're going to need another. So these I always buy in pairs. I think I have 6 of these. But you can get them at Walmart. And you can get them at Home Depot. And you can get them in the... you can get them at... And they're light. Yes, yes, yes. Is that what he said? Yes. Now, what I have here, okay, these are not for climbing, not for any type of weight bearing. The only thing these are used for, is one, if I run out of my either cam locks or my figure 9, I'll use these. But mainly what these are used for, and I got these, I don't know, where is it? Not there. Allied Health. These were freebies. What, you know, everybody likes to carry a carabiner with the keys on it. And that's what I put my keys on a climbing carabiner. But these are just for accessory bags. Okay? If I'm there and I want to carry a trash bag and I want to lash it to there, I run this through the MOLLE, run that through there, or if I'm running anything that I want to get in and out. Yes, absolutely. Oh, Gear Runner, I have something for you. I have something for you that I just got. Now, what this came with were the SAPI plates as well. I don't know if you can see that or not. You can probably see that. And I know you know what this is. Okay? Okay, this is a SAPI plate. I mean, this is a 1694 plate carrier. Slick. Okay? I have to figure out. Now, I haven't done it yet, but the plates need to be x-rayed. And they're in my other plate carrier back there, and I'll bring that up. But I bought this off a guy. This was his rig when he went to go play in the sandbox. Okay? And this is what he was issued. It's the slick front with the standard cummerbund. But so I have to figure out, maybe you may know, Gear Runner. Okay? This is a slick front. I want to run on here the ability to run 6 or 8 mags on the front of here. Okay? This is slick, so I know that they should have made a pouch or something like that. And this is a 1694 version B. Okay, version B. This is very comfortable. This is very, very comfortable. Okay, and this will get another set of plates. I think I'm going to do a UHWM plates on here. But this is a very comfortable plate carrier. So that was fun. He went over there for a year, used it every day. He was on patrols, and that was several years ago. So he sold that and the plates for 140 bucks. I think it was 140 bucks. I don't remember. But if the plates work out, famous Amos. If they don't, the plates, I mean, the carrier's worth that. But the other carrier that I have, this is what, okay, these are the SAPI plates that are in this plate carrier, and this is an AR500 Veritas plate carrier. Okay, I'm going to do a separate little video on this one because this is, I think it's like, yeah, they're past. If you look at the issue date, I think they were 2004, 2005. So it's not going to meet the military standard, but for what I'm going to use them for, I think they'll be, as long as the ceramic is not damaged in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But the shooter's cut and it's the standard issue. So this is the other plate carrier. This is the AR500 Veritas plate carrier, and there's a couple of issues that I have with this plate carrier. One is it was great price, but two, they need to do a couple of things. Yeah, shooter's cut is a must. But let me take this off of here so that I can plug this in. All right, so sorry guys. Okay, good. Oh, good. So that's my setup. I gotta reset the my bag for an EDC. And typically what I carry on the EDC... Oh. Gear Runner, are you a big SOE guy? I'm a huge SOE guy. I buy a ton of stuff from John, from his NFAC. Okay, if you don't know about this piece of kit yet, okay, this is a neck fac. Okay, so this comes out over your neck. You fill this up, and it goes under the shoulder, okay, for a nice discreet, little first aid kit. This actually was actually used. I had it for, I don't know, a couple days, whatever it was. No, probably about a week, 10 days, and I rolled up on a 1050 Pi, and there's a guy that whacked his head, and so I pulled out the gauze that was in here. I had a set of gloves and a couple other bleeding devices. So when I got on the scene, I bandaged him up. I took a set of cling, and then I had a ace band, not an ace bandage, but a wrap. So when I did him that, I just dumped the contents because I don't want any cross contamination from patient to patient. So I got to re-up that. One of the other things that I got was this bag from him, and this was the April Fool's bag, and it's I'm not sure what it is, but it's a half of a Claymore bag. So the Claymore bag is twice this width to use Claymores with. And what he did with this is he just tore that, cut it in half, and made it a bag, which is really cool. The other thing that I like a lot is the checkbook cover. Okay, I use that every day. But what I use for my everyday carry kind of thing is some sort of first aid, and that's what this NFAC will do. He also just came out with a new medical thing called a sling bag, which is really good, that you can sling over your shoulder. It has a waist strap, and you can turn it and use it that way. But this stuff is going to have to get repacked into that EDC bag, you know, the carabiners, 550 cord. The S-beaners, these things are so dang on. I don't know if you've ever used these or not. I don't like the plastic version of them because when they get cold, they get kind of brittle. What do you use for EDC? Well, there's a couple of things. I just took my pants off. Good. So, what I like to use, I always carry at least 2 to 3 knives. This is just a Chinese Kershaw Hinderer collaboration. I forgot what this is called, but this is in their, what do they call this, stone blackwash or something. It's okay. It's a nice knife. It needs to be sharpened. This is. I always carry. I don't like half serrated blades. I know a lot of people like serrated blades, but so far as an everyday stuff, I carry one of those Chinese packs that I gave to you. I also have a tool bag that's in there, and also in the back of the car, I have a patrol first aid kit. That if I run up on something pretty major that my NFAC can't take care of, I'll go back to the car and grab that as well. But yeah, my problem with a half serrated blade is I don't like to sharpen them. I like to be able to take my stone, and I want to get a wicked edge knife sharpener. It's really good. So what I like to carry in that is these actually go on my EDC. A knife, light. Also carry 550 cord. I carry at least. Do you like that? Does that work really well? I know there's a guy that uses Chera stones. I've seen him do it, and I've seen him actually whittle his arm hair. I mean, oof. So that's awesome, though, and it looks like it's very simple to use. I'm kind of old school, and I don't run a strop. I should run a strop because I get very I get lazy, and as long as it's a kind of a working edge. Now, there's another guy that I'm on there with a lot, and I don't know if you know LT Wright Knives. Okay. LT Wright Knives. Oh, I love Sebenzas. I want a Sebenza real bad. But go to LT Wright Knives, and I don't have it in here. Did you join me for the live feed that I did on my SOE tool bag? Because that had my skeleton key, and that's an awesome knife. It's amazing what that will do, and that was inexpensive. That was a very inexpensive knife, and he has a lot of knives that are based off of that blank. That works really well. So I want to have at least 2 of everything that I had. Oh, are you going to Blade at all? Blade's coming up pretty quickly, but I'm not going to Blade. Trying to build a business in real estate is tough, very tough. So I think once I get a couple houses sold and all that kind of stuff, I want to get a couple of Striders. And also there is another one. What's it called? Red Meat Knives. Too many vacations scheduled. Yeah. Let me take a look. See here. See, I need to get what's that? OBT, ODD, whatever those guys use. Vince and those guys use. What's it called? Red Meat. I think it's .com. No, why? What? Also, have you been over to DSK Tactical to Dan? Okay, so another place you ought to check out is called Red Meat Steel. RedMeatSteel.com, and he has some pretty nice knives. He also does cutlery. Hang on just for half a second. This is what I use for a heavy day pack. Yeah, well, he's not stopped producing. He's only doing custom stuff. So he's not doing he's not actively in Strider, the production side of things. He's doing like one-offs and customs and stuff like that. So you can still get, Mick is still making knives, but he's just not making the volume that Strider knives are. This is the bag that I use for keep all my other bags in. Oops. could never have enough nylon. This is my SOE butt pack. Again, to and this one I just kind of keep multi-tool. Oh, is Brian still on here? Because he bought this exact same, okay, multi-tool. I don't know if Brian's still on here or not. But that's what he has. Multi-tool's been around forever. And it has all the who's-y, what's-its and all that kind of stuff. It's okay. The problem I have with it is when you deploy this, okay, this will pinch you almost every single time. So, I don't know. But Dan over at DSK Tactical is, I don't know if he still makes these or not. I call this my garden digger. Okay, when I need to dig into the garden, okay, and I don't want to use a shelf, I don't want to use a shovel. Okay, so I'll use this, and I will dig the garden with it. You know, I can dig the garden. See how it's all nice and serrated, and these points here, you know, that gets into the dirt really well. And this is made by a company called DSK Tactical, and he handmade this. Okay, this is my garden. This is my garden digger. Okay, this is, see, it even gives you a nice place for jimping on the thumbs. Okay, has his little logo on there. I can't see that too well, but DSK Tactical. Dan, he was, forgot, was he something Marsoc? I don't remember. But this is what I use for my garden digger. Okay, my garden digger. And then I also have in here as well, this is kind of like, my wife bought me a, I don't know which Chinese company makes this for Smith & Wesson, but this is their SWAT Millennium Run. It's an okay knife. It's junky steel. The lockup on it is pretty good. Okay, it's a liner lock. Okay, it's a liner lock, and it holds pretty well. It holds very well. But that's what I carry in my butt pack, and this is the butt pack that I use, and this is another SOE butt pack. I have to get, there's the hat, there's my hat I was using, but the butt pack works extraordinarily well. I think I had to wait 4 or 5 months for it, and it's very well. I haven't ordered the vest for this. He has a patrol vest, but that's got to go on. And that will go in as another hiking EDC pack. But for my EDC, I will use one of these packs. Okay, and I'll load this up for whatever it is. And I will have, I will run just the basic stuff. You know, stuff that I need to keep me warm if it's in the winter, cool if it's in the summer, communication ready, okay, meaning that 99.99% of the time when you need to use your phone or some type of communication device, it's always out of battery, okay? So I carry a spare battery, and I make sure that it is all charged up. This is a small one. You can get bigger ones and all that kind of stuff. I think these were like $8-10, something like that. I don't remember. And the charging cable. The big thing, the reason why I carry that and not just, you know, plug it in the car, because typically when you go to switch cars from your car to your wife's car, you don't have the cord in the car. So I always like to keep that in there. I always carry a scanner with me, okay, and know your local frequencies. That just happens to be the Uniden Bearcat one for the day. And I always like to carry some sort of snack itself and water. And the water, I won't now. I don't know about you, Edge, or not, but I have gotten away from plastic water bottles just due to BPA and BPS and phthalates that are in the plastic that actually leach into the water. So I don't buy bottled water, because when it sits in the car and it heats up, it will completely, utterly contaminate the water. So I run everything now in those vacuum stainless steel water containers with a silicone stopper, not a plastic stopper, and they're very hard to find. The silicone will only start to leach out at like 500 or 600 degrees, where the plastic itself, when in those like Dasani bottles, when they reach about 100 degrees is when they start to leach those out. But so let's see. I actually carry a Sunjack solar panel. Ooh, comes along with. Oh, I didn't know that. I should do that. Now, my big thing that I carry all the time with me is I have about 5 or 6 Emerson knives, Kershaws. I understand the difference between the two is night and day. I have a CQC8. I think it's a CQC8, and I can't find it. But I will go to Walmart and I will get the Emerson Kershaw design collaborations. Now, the reason why I use the Emerson over anything, the big thing is for, oh, it does hurt. It really, and it was I don't know, $300-400. I don't remember what it is. It's in a bag someplace. It's in a bag someplace, or a drawer. But I will run Emerson because of the wave feature. It's the fastest deployment knife that's out there, completely that's out there. Everybody will use. I'm trying to think of the automatics, the big Microtech, and trying to think of the other one. Can't remember the other one. And they like those, but the problem is, what I've seen in actual practice is I can deploy the knife faster with the Emerson than I can with any of those automatics. What else do I do? What else? Let's see. Hang on here. Oh, I always carry a compass. I don't know about you, but I always, as you can see how fast that was easy to get out of there. And I like to use, the brand that I like to use, okay, is Brunton, Brunton, okay. Oops, is fast. I'm not. Had to deploy on a Microtech. Yeah, I actually had to. Yeah, I had to actually use that once. But I use a Brunton and I use a TrueArc 5. You can get these on. The Compass store, and I always tend to keep it because one of two things can happen. When I tend to lose power on my phone, okay, I always have the ability to know exactly where I am. So if I'm stuck, my big thing is how I got to it was that got me into carrying Compass and everywhere I went was Katrina. I've always been in Maryland, and we always have a kind of where I am is kind of a rural, very wooded area. And it got me thinking, during the winter here, we will have blizzards. And when I was actively riding the Medic, we would have to pick up people off the highway that actually ran off the side of the road because of the blizzard, and they were stuck in their car. Well, I'm of the opinion that if I can't self-extricate, I feel really bad about that, because I don't want to put somebody else's life in danger because I was too lazy or self-centered in order for me not to self-extricate myself. So Katrina got me into big with that. where I ran into an issue is because the water was so high and it was filled with everything, and people couldn't, because it was so high, you couldn't tell where you were. Well, this you can submerge. And I can easily run this over, shoot a bearing, okay? I want to run it 320 degrees, so I'm pointed there, okay? So a compass is easy to run, is easy to learn. I also like the Brunton because, okay, it gives you, okay, very clear lines. It also gives you declination so far as so you can check where you are so far as in inclination. And it's very easy, okay, to change the proper angle of correction of where you are in the country. So we are what is it? We are, oh, let me see here. Hang on. We are, let me stick this at 0. Okay, we are 12 degrees off of magnetic north. Okay, so that's just where we are. That's what I like to run into there. So if the phone goes dead, or if it's gotten wet, or if it's not working, I always have a way to be able to, with no map, be able to shoot a bearing and to say, okay, I need to go 240 degrees for 12,000 paces. So, and that's another thing. You got to know your pace count. So, it's very tough to carry a firearm. It's super duper tough. People in Maryland believe that your safety can be granted by the police officers who are very thin, and we are in a very wide coverage. And they also believe that if you just tell them, don't shoot me, that those bad guys will not shoot you. So trying to get a wear and carry permit is almost next to impossible because, you know, gun-free zones work. That's all I'm going to say about that. And I always carry a hat with me. This just happens to be my Titleist one. The other hat that I have that I use is I try to carry two. One in the car that I like to wear. This Titleist hat is very comfortable for me, and it's orange. So when I go out, I have a high vis hat. I don't wear safety orange. I don't want to look like a cone. But I will carry two hats. One is dark, okay? Typically the one that I have is this. Okay, it's a summer hat because it's mesh. Okay, and it's dark. I mean, you can see the little bit of Husqvarna on there. Oh, here's the hat. Here's the hat that I typically like to wear in high-vis situations. So at night or anytime I need to get in a high-vis situation, I'll run that. Anytime that I don't need to run in a high-vis situation, I'll run one of these dark hats. Okay. So it just depends. It just depends on the situation itself, what I've gotten myself into, and is very comfortable. And I've gotten these from, this just happens to be Aaron's. Okay, I went to Jack's Small Engine. I have a Jack Small Engine hat around here someplace. Golf hats I have all over the place. It just depends on the terrain that I'm in. And the big thing is comfortable shoes. Got to have comfortable shoes. And you got to have a plan of attack. What's going to happen? Okay, I got to leave my vehicle here because of what? I always love people are always going in zombie this and zombie that and zombie this and zombie that. But 99% of the time, people fail horribly to be able to prepare for just a regular nor'easter, for a snowstorm. And they don't take that into account. You know, they don't have a generator. They don't have backup fuel. They don't have a plan. They don't have anything. But everybody wants to buy a humongous bug-out bag and then go to the woods. Well, the woods are going to get very, very, very crowded. For me, my home is my castle. I'm gonna have at it, man. I'm gonna work with my neighbors. We're gonna develop a perimeter. We're gonna have a training course of what everybody's to do. Okay, I'm gonna guard my place. I'm not gonna go out into the woods and relinquish, you know, all kinds of resources at my house. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna work. I work with my neighbors, and we developed an incident plan that, you know, if stuff's going down real bad, you know, we got a forward operating base. So that's what we have to work on. And that's about it. I have a house in North Carolina. Always use safe water. Yes. Yep. That's the big thing. What I see, Katrina, the lessons that we learned when we went through Katrina was enormous. What killed the people was two things. One, lack of water. And two was dysentery. A lot of people had diabetes and they had heart stuff and all this kind of stuff. But that wasn't a huge thing. People had open cuts and sores because of crap was in the dirty ass water. And they didn't have proper medical antibiotics to be able to combat that on such a high level. And they had a lot of people that, you know, elderly died because that was a humongous thing of it. But the big thing where a lot of people had issues was because they had dysentery. They had just you know, the crap floating in the water, literally crap floating in the water, and they were drinking it. And I understand you get to a certain point, but I have a water purifier filter that I have in another pack. I should bring that up one of these days, and that will take out 99.99999% of whatever it is, and that will make the water safe enough to where I can put a boil on it. Literally, I mean, they said that you can drink it right out of the filter. And I have a couple life straws itself, but I don't trust the life straws, so close that off. So, but that's the big thing is water. You need some water. Yep, you have a life freeze. Heck, at least boil it. Yep, at least you gotta boil it. I have a house in North Carolina uses spring water. Yep. And I have a generator, and I kind of laxed off of it this past winter, and I didn't pull it out, and I didn't start it up. So I could have gotten it started just by pull starting it, but it's a diesel like contractors model, so it's very difficult. So I mean, I could have jumped it off of the truck battery and gotten it to work, but so that's about it. I should do a video on my I should pack that out and do a separate video on that one, but that seems to that's where those packs come from. National Parks Depot, so go check those out on those bags. They're pretty inexpensive. They're not the best quality in the world, but I've had those for 4 or 5 years now, and I've beat them, and I've beat them, and I haven't had any failure points of it. So, all right, I think I'm going to wrap this up, Gear. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share. Good Lord, that's so difficult to say. Thanks, man. You too. You have a great night. Go over to Matt the Realty Guy. Go check them out. Go check out Gear Runner's channel. He's just go over to his name in the comments below. Left, click it. Go over to his channel, like it, sub, and hit the little dingy bell. And we'll catch you later. thanks, guys. Thanks for joining me. I know it's, wow, it's an hour. Whew, that's a long one. We'll talk to you, my man. No problem, Gear Runner. No problem. Oh, the other thing, go check out, Gear Runner, go check out Green Force Tactical. You'll like his holsters. He does really nice IWB and OWB Kydex holsters. It's really nice. He's a really cool guy. He's a really cool guy. Green Force Tactical, Christian Green Force over at Green Force Tactical. He's very cool and very customizable. And the other one is Dave White over at NSR Tactical. Dave White, he makes them. He's the monk of. Did you ever watch that TV show Monk? Well, he's very, I wouldn't say particular, but he's very, he's you know, he's really good at what he does. So NSR Tactical. So, all right, guys, thanks. Chatted your ear off about a couple of bags and a whole bunch of stuff that probably didn't want to hear about, but we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye. See ya.